Jeroen van Alstede, so I'm Associate Director of Peak Technology Solutions. I'm looking after the utilities and infrastructure part of the business. Peak has 60 employees. We're divided over 4 offices around the UK. So we're in Newcastle, we're in Dasbury, we're in Chesterfield, and here in Thiel.
I'm Matt. I am one of the Associate Directors at Peak Technology Solutions. Current projects include a lot of construction blue chip related schemes for key clients, utilities infrastructure primarily out of our office. We're looking at data centres and key strategic IT, OT projects for some of our main clients.
Now is a good time to join Peak. So our order book is pretty full at the moment. Our future is looking bright. So our pipeline, looking at that and the forecast, looks really well. We've put a system now in place. I started 7 years ago, for example. There was a very flat management system. You had the directors and then you had the engineers. I came in as a project manager, and from there we put more and more layers in. So someone that can start now with Peak can join those layers and start growing and progressing through the company.
I think that Peak set themselves apart in sort of their client relationships. We're very much involved as a consultancy firm, involved in front-end design and scoping requirements with key clients.
So we've got a lot of clients coming to us and say, Peak, we would like to have something, but we're not sure how we're going to get there. And that's where our consultancy come in. So we've got some principal and senior control systems engineer who are technically really good and fulfill that brief for us.
So the reason I like working at Peak is probably a twofold thing really. Part of it's the culture in the office, so it's a friendly culture. I'd say it's probably driven by the directors first because they're all ex-engineers themselves, so they understand the challenges of the job, but they're friendly, they're not too corporate with things either. So you can approach them, you can ask them questions at any time really. The other thing is probably scope for development. Again, as an engineer, I like doing the engineering, of course, that's my primary role. But I quite like getting involved with other things, so I like going tendering and I like going to different customer sites and scoping out projects like that. That's quite fun, a bit of people management as well.
So since I started at Peak, I learned and developed myself in several areas. Most importantly ones were the commercial side. So whereas before I was very focused on the technical side of the projects, here at Peak not only the technical side is very important, but also the commercial side. So it's the very first time that I'm managing project budgets in its core, and I think that's fundamental for anyone working at Peak, in this case in the role of project management, to be exposed to several areas and to have the flexibility and the trust to deliver projects in that manner.
So I'd say what sets Peak apart is primarily the culture and the way it's run. So I'd say the management are very organised, we as engineers are very organised, and as such there's always less stress than previous places I've ever worked. So there's never any last minute panics, there's never any you must run to site. It's all just nicely organised and professional.
What sets Peak apart from other companies is a question that has a very easy answer to provide. So the reputation that we have within our customer portfolio, it's second to none. Every time we travel to site and we speak with our customers, they have only good things to say about us. And I think that is where it sets us apart from everyone else.
Why should people work for Peak?
To me, what I want to do is help engineers grow in their career. So I look at both of us. So when we came to Peak, so for me that was 7 years ago, I started as a project manager. Very quickly moved into ops manager, into both associate directors now. So you came in, very similar role.
Yeah, so my role was control systems engineer into PM, into senior PM, into associate director at sort of an accelerated rate.
Yeah, and that's what I want to do with the other engineers. Yeah, so when they come in as whichever level that is, we want them to grow in their career path. And we've seen the benefit of that already. Take for example the Husman training that we've done recently. We had about 8 engineers. All said, really interested in that. Yes. But even our client says, wow, that's what you've done, because the level that we set was really high. Actually higher than we probably even needed to be. Good, so What are we really looking for, Matt?
I think at the moment, given our sort of pipeline, our order book as we move forward, obviously we're going to be very busy. We've brought in the layers and the infrastructure and the hierarchy now. As you know, we've worked through that for a long time. So primarily we're looking at senior control systems engineers, we're looking at control systems engineers,
Yep.
we're also looking at project managers, which again is the way that we operate. We like to ensure that we're managing correctly and that everything is organised and delivered as best possible.
So as a company, so we're very, very flexible. So if you are a control systems engineer or any technical engineer, you worked in various different industries, but you do fancy a change, please give us a ring. Yeah, let's have that informal chat, let's have a cup of coffee and see what we can do.